Hi, I'm Bryce Button, Director of Product Marketing at Aja Video Systems, and we're at IBC 2019 here in Amsterdam. And we've had a lot of new product announcements and product updates. So on the screen behind me, what you're seeing is an analyzer that handles HDR imagery. It also, of course, handles standard dynamic range. But this is a new box following on from our original HDR Image Analyzer, which was a 3G product, and now we have 12G connectivity. What this means is making your life simpler when working with higher raster sizes, higher frame rates, etc. 12G SDI is just a lot more bandwidth, and therefore you can use a single cable to get these bigger, more glorious images into and out of products, connecting between devices, etc. So the image analyzer has become a really key creative tool to make sure that all the work you do in HDR has actually got predictable results wherever else you take it. So along that path, we've also introduced the KUMO 6464 12G, which is 64 inputs and outputs, so a very dense router again, 4RU device, but really thin. And that's going to help with a lot of density. Staying on the density path and taking things forward, we've been doing a lot with the OpenGear platform that Ross originally developed, which is open to other partners. So we've got 3 new products there. We've got the OG FS Mini, which is basically a little frame synchronizer, subset of our very famous FS line of heavy converters. So for frame synchronization, trying to keep signals in place, the great thing there is in an OG format, you can get 10 cards into a rack frame. So alongside that, we also have our OG ROYs, which is our little ROYs mini converters, again put into this card format to go into the OpenGear platform. We have the OG ROY DVI and the OG ROY HDI, so that allows you to come from either of those two sources. ROY means region of interest, so you're extracting from the original image, and you are scaling it and putting it out at frame rates that you desire, whatever the frame rate might be for your project. So again, getting that into a rack frame is going to be really powerful for those of you that are building things like video walls. You can have a bunch of cards in there, come from a bunch of different sources, and arrange them however you want to within the outputs that are going back out over SDI. So that's the point, getting from computer sources to SDI or even HDMI, so you can drive video walls, do virtual sets, if you're into sports, all sorts of stuff, rotate imagery. We also have some important developments further into HDR with our mini converters. So for instance, the Hi-Fi 12G is a device that takes SDI and kicks out HDMI. The same thing with our Hi-Fi 4K Plus. We now have Dolby Vision support. So as HDR becomes more and more prevalent, Dolby Vision is of course supported on a lot of different types of displays, a lot of them driven over HDMI. So that's coming in an update. If you're into editing, you're doing color grading work, then the advances we've taken with our new desktop software, this desktop update version 15.5 coming soon, we've increased support for 8K again, so RGB support across 8K, also SI, which is the way it's displayed. And why is that important? Well, we're showing Premiere Pro, for instance, on the booth with 8K, played out to a sharp screen. Obviously, there are not a lot of places that you can go to watch pure 8K, but you need those 8K plates. The cameras today are capable of high resolution, and as we integrate gaming engine technologies into the way we produce products, as you do your own effects work, you might even be working in After Effects, having that bigger plate the camera makes possible gives you more of a scene that can be utilized and you can bring it all together. So it's all about connectivity. It's about enabling your creative processes and moving along with all the key themes in the business. So to just end off here, if you're moving into those IP workflows, for the receiver side, we've taken our IP mini converter receivers and we've been able to push them to Ultra HD up to 50p now across 10 gig E. So if you want to learn a lot more, I think the key thing to do here is to visit aja.com, go to our What's New page, which is right off the homepage, and you can really dive deeper into these topics. And we really hope that you enjoyed the tools that we've unveiled here at the show, and you can make the most of them as you get on with your creativity.